Your brain lied. Have you ever walked into a place and suddenly felt like you've been there before? The same room, the same voice, the same feeling in the air. For just a few seconds, it feels completely real. Your heart beats a little faster. Your brain quietly says, "Wait, I've lived this exact moment before." But you know you haven't. So why does your brain convince you that you have? Today, we're exploring one of the strangest experiences the human mind can create. No confusing science, no complicated jargon, just the fascinating truth behind déjà vu. By the end of this video, you'll understand what déjà vu really is and why almost everyone experiences it. So, what exactly is déjà vu? The phrase comes from French. It simply means already seen. It's that strange moment when something completely new feels strangely familiar. Here's the surprising part. Around 2 out of every 3 people experience déjà vu at least once in their lives. It happens most often between the ages of 15 and 25, when the brain is working at its peak. But here's the mystery. Even with today's technology, scientists still can't fully explain why it happens. We can send rockets into space, we can edit genes, we can build artificial intelligence. Yet this tiny 5-second experience still isn't completely understood. Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain isn't a camera recording your life, it's a prediction machine. Every second, your eyes and ears send millions of tiny details to your brain. Colors, sounds, smells, movement. If your brain tried to process every single detail, you'd be overwhelmed instantly. So instead, it predicts what will happen next, using patterns from your past experiences. That's why you can catch a ball without calculating its path. Your brain has already predicted where it's going. Most of the time, this system works perfectly, but scientists believe déjà vu may happen when that prediction system slips for just a fraction of a second. Imagine 2 cameras recording the exact same moment. One starts recording just a tiny bit earlier than the other. When you compare the footage, the second recording feels strangely familiar, even though it happened only moments ago. Some scientists think your brain may do something very similar. Information briefly travels through 2 different pathways. One reaches your memory system milliseconds before the other reaches your conscious awareness. So by the time you realize what's happening, your memory system has already labeled the experience as familiar. The result? A powerful feeling that says, "I've been here before," even though it's actually your first time.
There's another theory. Your brain stores thousands of tiny memory fragments every single day. Not complete memories, just tiny pieces. A doorway, a familiar smell, a particular sound, the way sunlight falls across a room. Days or even years later, you might walk into a completely new place that shares just one of those tiny details. Your brain recognizes that detail before your conscious mind understands why. You don't actually remember the original memory. You simply feel that this moment is familiar. It's like recognizing someone's face, but not remembering where you've seen them before. Now here's where things become even more interesting. Doctors treating patients with temporal lobe epilepsy noticed something remarkable. Right before a seizure, many patients described an intense feeling of déjà vu. That observation caught scientists' attention. Later, during brain surgery, doctors gently stimulated a tiny area called the temporal lobe. Almost instantly, some patients said, "I've been here before." Others insisted, "I know exactly what's going to happen next." Nothing around them had changed. The room was exactly the same. The only thing that changed was a tiny electrical signal inside the brain. That discovery revealed something extraordinary. The feeling of familiarity can be created entirely inside your brain, even when no real memory exists. 2 parts of the brain appear to play an important role. The hippocampus helps organize your memories. The temporal lobe helps your brain decide whether the experience is new or familiar. So, Is déjà vu simply a brain glitch? Or could there be something more to it? Science gives us some compelling clues. Prediction errors, memory fragments, activity inside the temporal lobe. But it still doesn't answer every question. If our brains process billions of pieces of information every day, why don't we experience déjà vu all the time? No one knows. And that's exactly why researchers continue to study it. Long before modern neuroscience, people searched for different explanations. Some believed déjà vu was a glimpse of a past life. Others believed it was a sign that you were exactly where you were meant to be. These beliefs are meaningful to many people. But based on the evidence we have today, there's still no scientific proof linking déjà vu to past lives or parallel universes. That doesn't prove those ideas are impossible. It simply means they haven't been demonstrated scientifically. Maybe the biggest mystery isn't déjà vu itself. Maybe it's consciousness. Scientists can measure brain activity. They can watch neurons communicate. But they still can't fully explain why we're conscious in the first place, why we have thoughts, why we experience emotions, why we're aware at all. This is known as the hard problem of consciousness, and it remains one of science's greatest unsolved mysteries. Déjà vu reminds us that the brain can create experiences that feel completely real, even when they aren't. And that raises one final question. How much of what we call reality is actually constructed inside our own minds? The next time déjà vu happens, don't ignore it. Take a moment. Look around. For a few strange seconds, you're experiencing one of the most fascinating illusions the human brain can create. Scientists may call it a prediction error. Others believe it's something more. But the truth is, we still don't have all the answers. And maybe that's exactly what makes déjà vu so fascinating. If you enjoyed exploring this mystery with me, subscribe for more videos on science, psychology, and the unanswered questions that shape our world. Because every discovery begins with curiosity. Stay curious,